Hello everyone. In today's screencast, we'll learn everything about css3 property at the rate font face, and we'll also see its real-life implementation by doing a demo project. What exactly is at the rate font face? It's a way to link to fonts on server so that the browser will render whatever font you want. Earlier, if you wanted a custom font header or anything, you just have to use image replacement techniques, flash, scripting, and which are not easily accessible and they generally degrade the page performance. But using font face, you can easily create all the custom font content. If you really want an analogy, you can just think about it in the similar lines of embedding images using HTML. Although it is a very crude analogy, you can just relate to it. History of font face. It used to be a part of CSS2 spec and it got removed in CSS 2.1 and again got introduced in CSS3, which is a very good thing. Till now we have to rely on web safe fonts, but now you can do whatever you want. Advantages of font face. It solves all the problems that scripting, flash replacement, image replacement generally creates, and yeah, there's no need to rely on web safe fonts. You do whatever you want, and real text is implemented here, and so there'll be conservation of bandwidth here as real text is displayed. And sometimes users can disable the flash, might not have the flash plugin, or they might not enable the JavaScript to load pages faster, and yes, all those inconsistencies are removed. Here is the basic syntax of @font face. First, you have to write @font face, just like a CSS property. You just open curly braces and then write font family name. This is name of the font. And remember, you are not actually telling the CSS to look up this name. This is you are just declaring a name, a font name. If you are familiar with programs like C where you have to declare the type of variables before, this is just like that. You are declaring the name of the font before. From now on, you can use the font in whatever way you like. Source is local font name, and URL is the where this is located, and format is the type of this font file. There's a small mistake, this should be in single quotes, sorry. And first of all, why do we need this local font? This is because if the font is already installed on your machine, on the client's machine, there is no need to download that font again. It saves some bandwidth, and it's generally a good thing to conserve bandwidth. Now we'll see how to use @font face in a real website. This particular folder is my demo website project, and I've opened it in my text editor, which is PHP Storm, and also in both my browsers, Chrome and Firefox. This is nothing but just HTML and CSS. I have not even styled the links properly. I just want to show you how @font face works, not exactly how to design a website. So yes, our website looks more or less same in both the browsers. I'll just show you. This is in Firefox and this is in Chrome. Now we'll see how to change these fonts using @font face. My default font face is Palantino Linotype, which is a serif font and a beautiful font. Most of you guys might have Times as your default font, which is very ugly. Okay, before exactly going to @font face, we need to know about some things. Basically, we need to know about font formats. There are three main types of font formats. One is EOT, which is also known as Embedded Open Type. Another is WOFF, which stands for Web Open Font Format, and TTF, which is TrueType format. We're not going to go into the technicalities of these formats. We'll just see how to use them. Okay, fine, you know what are these formats and all, but you don't know what to do from now. That's why I'm here. This is a wonderful website, www.fontsquirrel.com. Here you can find lots of free fonts and formats. There is a link called @FontFaceKits. Click on that link and then you will be taken to a new tab which gives you literally hundreds of beautiful fonts. If you like a font, like this is Yellow Magician, click on the Get Kit icon and then a download will start. I'm going to download it, and then a zip file will be downloaded, and I have unzipped that file and have extracted it into my fonts folder. I'll just show you my organization of folders. This .idea folder is just a extra folder created by my editor. I still don't understand why it creates, but anyway, I put all my CSS into a separate folder, all my images into a separate. Okay, this is an extra folder which I haven't used. Just gonna delete it. All my images into this folder and all my fonts into this folder. And again, since you'll be using a lot of fonts and this particular folder will have one font, this particular folder will have another font, and all these folders will have different fonts. This is how I'm organized. If you have downloaded a font kit, unzip that font kit into your fonts folder so that a new folder is created which will contain all the three font formats, basically embedded open type, true type format, and WOFF, web open font format. Okay, now okay, fine, you have a custom font. Maybe you have created a font, or you have downloaded it from some proprietary font service which has given you license to use it as a web font, and you want to generate a @FontFaceKit. No problem. Here you can see another link called @FontFaceGenerator. If you click on that link, you will be taken to @FontFaceGenerator page where you can upload a font and then generate the @FontFaceKit. Remember, you should explicitly know that the font you're uploading is legally eligible for web embedding, or you might face many issues later, copyright issues, and don't even get me started on these issues. But yes, make sure that there is a proper license for web embedding. And there are beautiful fonts out there where you can use them for free, and again, you don't have to rely on web safe fonts. Hooray! I personally like this particular page, fontface.code-and-more.com. This is more straightforward than FontSquirrel's website. It is more clean, and I just like this minimalistic interface. You can just click on browse, upload the TTF or OTF file, and then click on I want my @FontFaceKit. Fine. After this, what you have to do? This is my markup, just bunch of HTML, and this is my CSS. Nothing but just okay. I've just organized it. This is not our main concern. Here is @FontFace rule. Once again, we will visit our directory structure so that you guys can relate it more easily. This is my directory structure. I have an index.html file, I have an images folder, I have a fonts folder, I have a CSS folder which again contains some different bunch of CSS styles. Right now my style.css rests here. I have to access the fonts folder, I have to go up a folder and then go into the fonts folder and then go into the particular font files folder. Back to my text editor. Now you have learned about the basic syntax in the earlier presentation. Now we'll use it. @FontFace open curly braces. I'm now going to declare my font family. I have to write the name of the font here. Now, how to find out the name of the font? Suppose for my whole body I want to use Gaudi book letter. I'll go to that folder. I'll click on the TTF file. TTF is almost like a universal format. It opens in Mac, Windows, Ubuntu, whatever you are using, and then just double click on it, and then here on this title bar you can actually see the font's name, Gaudi book letter 1911. Now that is my font name. I'm going to use that font name here, Gaudi. Okay. First of all, these should be, I think there should be single quotes. Anyway, it's just my convention. Gaudi. No, my text editor is helping me. Gaudi book letter 1911. No spaces in between. Remember that. Next is my source, src. Then you have to declare the local parameter. It's important to declare the local parameter because it will definitely, if the font is already installed on your machine, it will definitely help you to save the bandwidth. Local, just put the same font name again, Gaudi. Now, comma, URL, this moves a folder above, then go to fonts, then go to Gaudi book letter, then write down the name of that particular font file, Gaudi book letter 1911.ttf, space, specify the format, brackets, single quotes, remember single quotes, and it's true type. Don't forget the single quotes, just don't write TTF here and don't do things like that. Now we have successfully declared the font family. Now you can use this font anywhere in your website as long as the particular pages have the style.css link. My default font is Palatino Linotype and it's not Times as it is very, very ugly. And yeah, take a second to observe, pause the video, observe my website, all the fonts. Everything is Palatino Linotype here. This is just italic version of it. This is bolded version of it. Everything is Palatino Linotype. Just take a look at my website. Now I'll declare the body font. Body, open curly braces, font family, and it's Gaudi book letter 1911. That's it, over. Now I just have to go to my browser and reload it. You should notice the change in my heading text at least, because this is less bolder than the previous one and this is no more italic. The programming is fun and design is no more italic and the headings are less bold. This is the font property and I didn't do anything. And we'll change one more thing. This thing is good, but I want it to be in some kind of script font. We'll see how to do it. Now I'm going to declare another font family. @font face, curly braces, font family. My font is called Honey Script Light. The name again, just go to the file, open it, go to the TTF file, double click and open it. Don't install that file, just to check. By the way, I have not installed any of these fonts, guys. It's not there on my font system. And just check the name and then write it here, semicolon, source, local, script light, comma, UL manuscript light web PDF, close it, space, no comma, format, open braces, single quote, true type, semicolon, and you have successfully defined another font family. Now we'll use this font family. This site caption has a class called caption. So I've marked it in my HTML. I'll show you guys just now. Here it has a class called caption. Now I'll use that dot caption, and then font family is single quotes manuscript light. By the way, it's always a good practice to mention the fallback. I'm going to mention the fallback here, and just going to increase the font size. Just make it 2.1 inch, semicolon, and we'll see. Reload it. Hooray! Programming and design are fun, and written in a fun font. These links look pretty boring. I want to change the style of these links, and I'm not going to do everything now. I'm just going to pause the recordings, do everything, and then come back here again. Here I have declared a font face, and this is 6 caps regular. Now I'm going to use this to style my anchor links. Nav with a caption of nav header with a class of header, ULIA font family, don't forget the single quotes, 6 caps regular, font size is 1.7 inch. It's 0.1 inch. Just mention a fallback font. Looks like everything is good. Reload the page. Blue is not looking very good. I'm just going to change the color. Color is black. #000 is shortcode for black, and text decoration is underline. We'll see. Nice. Here is the website, guys. You have created a nice website using custom fonts. None of these fonts, this or this or this, is installed on my computer, and still you can see beautiful font. Now we'll see how to make our at the rate font face property more robust and, as Paul Irish mentions, bulletproof. First of all, why should we make this whole property bulletproof? Had the browsers been perfect, that is, if they render everything according to the standards, the job of web designer will be very easy, and I guess people will just start paying a lot less than what they used to pay if all the browsers just display the markup they're supposed to display according to the specs. But no, there are some differences, and it is our responsibility as a web designer to use some kind of a hack or arrive at some kind of a solution so that you can display approximately same in all the browsers. Now we'll make one font robust. Then I'm not going to do it to everything, but I'll just show you how to do it for one particular font. We'll take Honeyscript Lite, this second one. And first thing you have to do to make it robust is you have to use more formats than TrueType, because TrueType doesn't get displayed in Internet Explorer 6 and I guess in Mozilla. Mozilla uses WOFF, that is Web Open Type font format, and WebKit uses TTF, that is TrueType format. Mozilla also supports TTF, but it prefers, I'm not very sure whether this is correct or not, but I think it prefers WFF because it started this whole WFF format thing. So, okay, let's start bulletproofing. In order to change anything here, first thing you have to do is add a source. Forget about local nav. Just URL fonts. Use a .eot link here. This particular file name should be a .eot file, and again I'll just remove this line for your convenience. Now what you have to do is use another source, local open braces single quotes. If you are on a PC, press Alt 1. If you press Alt 1, a smiley face comes. We'll discuss about the smiley later. Comma, URL / fonts. You can use your WOFF here, and then space format WF, comma, enter. Just indent it for our convenience. URL, just going to copy this whole thing. Except my TTF link, and my format is true type, semicolon. Now this is very robust. You can display this. By the way, I've only considered the modern browsers, that is i9, Web, Google Chrome, some 4 plus, and Firefox 3.6 plus, and all. Like, I'm not worrying about all those old browsers. You can just look at those hacks anywhere you want. And just made a mistake here. It is assumption. I'll just show this in both the browsers. Here it is. You have used some different fonts, and none of these fonts are installed on my computer. This is in Google Chrome. Again, looks more or less the same. Experiment, learn more, and enjoy. See you next time.